I can put my Bible on here, right? It's a big one. First of all, I wanted to thank you. I mean, it's just awesome that group of people like you, that you have such an interest in missions. And is this still on? Yeah. And you know, you're sponsoring a missionary, and you know, because of what you're doing, that missionary goes out every day, speaks the language, knows the culture, is accepted by the culture, does an awesome job. And I just really, I don't have to tell you all that much about Gospel for Asia, since you seem to know, since you've already taken that step. So that's just awesome. I really want to congratulate you on that, and it makes a big, big difference on the mission field. Today is, as you know, Palm Sunday, and you know, Jesus came into town, and people were excited. They were waiting for their king. They were thrilled. They were hoping, and you know, they got their any kind of twigs, palm leaves, and their coats, and just kind of made a red carpet for Jesus to come in. They were in front of Jesus celebrating, behind Jesus celebrating. They were excited. What they didn't know is what was going to happen on Friday. They didn't know that at that time. Jesus told them later on. And it's the same with us. We really don't know what's going to happen on Friday, or next Friday, or in 2 years or 4 years. When we're in college, we always see that carrot, that job, and we think, well, when these 4 years are over, then we can do this and we can do that. But really, you are sitting in the middle of the mission field right now. Every day you sit next to people in your classes, and you sit close to them, and you work with them in small groups, and you know them. And you might be the only person that ever has the right to speak into their lives, because you've helped them with some homework, or you've done something, or you know them better than maybe somebody else in future. When you're at a job, well, there's all kinds of things you need to watch out for. But in college, you're pretty free, and you can do that. So I want to share a Bible passage with you, and that is about the talents. Because you see, the Lord has not, right now you're working for something. You're working in your field, be it pharmacy, education, chemistry, and you're working on your set of skills to make money in this world, which is awesome. But God has also implanted in you a set of talents and a set of gifts that only you can exercise best, not the person next to you. And that's the most important thing in life, is to find out what gifts He has given you, and then not only find out, exercise them. Really use those gifts. And you know those gifts have to do something with reaching the lost, or encouraging believers. Something along those lines. And that's all we are responsible in this life. That's all we're responsible for, is to exercise those gifts. So it's not rocket science. You're college students. You know all about chemistry and all of that stuff. So if we look up, if you have your Bible, if you turn to Matthew 25, and at verse 21, it says, his master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful slave. You were faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master." Also, the one who had received the 2 talents came up and said, "Master, you entrusted 2 talents to me. See, I have gained 2 more talents." His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful slave. You were faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things." You were faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. And the one who had received the 1 talent came up and said, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. And I was afraid, and went away and hid your talent in the ground. See, what you've got is yours. But his master answered and said to him, You wicked, lazy slave, you knew that I reap where I did not sow and gather where I scattered no seed? Then you ought to have put my money into the bank. And on my arrival I would have received my money back with interest. Therefore, take away the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more shall be given, and he will have an abundance, and from the one who does not have, even what he does have shall be taken away. Throw out the worthless slave into the outer darkness, in that place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I wish during my undergraduate years, I was like a lot of Christian college students. You just want to get through it. And I didn't realize those opportunities as much as I would realize them now. So that's what I was talking about earlier. It's good to stay salty, as one of the people that I work with always says. He's a young person too. And but my my master's, I have an MBA in business, in international business, and I worked for the state of Ohio for a number of years and set up international business departments in companies. I'd go to one different company 5 different days a week. But I focused so much on that career, and I loved it. I loved what I did, but so easily can your time be consumed with that career. Right now, it can be consumed with your work. You think you have so much to do, and then you have all the other activities, and then there's just no time for devotions, and there's no time to pray about how you can reach out to your neighbor and all of that. But you know, time slips by extremely fast. Before you know it, you'll be out of college. And then you start your job, and then you might buy a house. Then you have to pay for that house and the family, and then that time, then it gets even more hectic. You think you have no time now? Wait. And then you start your job, and you're the youngest, and you don't think, they don't, and then before you know it, you're the oldest in the meeting. That's an even worse feeling. So this is the time right now where you are with so many people around you, where you can make a difference, and you can really reach out. When I first then heard about Gospel for Asia about a dozen years ago, and I was working still full time, and I like, oh my goodness. I said, sign me up for 3 of them.